Hi JoJo, thank you for letting me do your birth chart reading. I have all of your cards lined up here and I can see right away that you do have a very interesting personality and there's a lot that could be said about your chart. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to keep it short and sweet, but we can always you could always reach out to me and we can talk about it more if you like. I love to talk about astrology, so the door's open. Now, in my introductory video, I didn't talk about the rising sign. So your rising sign is how you appear when you first meet people. So the first impressions that people get from you. And a lot of times you might not even realize that this is part of your personality. I was in complete denial about mine, but looking back now, it all makes sense. But anyways, you have a fiery Sagittarius rising. So this is engages idealistically, needs to be active because you can get restless if not. You have a lighthearted aura, you love to explore, and you have bold and optimistic ideas. That's your rising when you first meet people, and like a kind of little sprinkle of over your personality. Now, you're probably well aware of this one. So your sun sign is Capricorn, and this is in an earth element, and this is exists ambitiously, takes a step-by-step approach, a practical nature, strives to achieve, and has a personal standard of excellence. So you do have your sun in the first house, and the first house is the house of self. You can see here by this mirror. So also the first house is what people are going to see from you. So people are going to see your actions. They're going to see that Capricorn. They're going to see you. So the nickname for this placement with a sun in the first house is Miss All Eyes on Me. Okay? Now, next we have your moon sign. So your moon is your inner self and your emotional nature, and you have a Cancer moon. So your moon is right at home. It's right where it wants to be. This is a very nice placement for you here in regard to your emotions, but I imagine that it could be a bit challenging to have a Cancer moon and a Capricorn sun, as these are opposite energies. Okay, so a Cancer moon feels openly. They deal with fluctuating moods. You might be pretty emotionally controlled because you've had to deal with the emotions your entire life. So by now you might have started to master it and learn how to control your emotions better and be even actually more mature emotionally than some of your peers. You're a natural nurturer and protector, and you have sentimental tendencies. So one thing I do want to mention with this placement is, if you haven't watched The Secret about the law of attraction, you should go to Netflix and watch that show, because this is a very powerful manifestation placement. So what you're thinking about, and be careful of what you're attracting. So make sure it's good. Hopefully you've mastered this, but go watch that show if you haven't already, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, especially for you. Okay, and then you have your moon, which is your emotions. This lands in the 7th house, and the 7th house is relationships. So your emotions are tied in with relationships, and the nickname for this one is the relationship junkie. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you could probably already know, but like, be careful with that too, because we need to know how to be satisfied on our own without having another person to complete us or to make us feel balanced and everything. And that's what that house is about, balance too. So next we have your Mercury placement, which this is how you think and communicate, and you have that practical, logical, grounded Capricorn Mercury. So this speaks methodically, breaks down ideas into manageable parts, compartmentalizes information, values time, and impatient with people who don't keep their word. And you also have your Mercury in the first house. So I'm also very familiar with this type of energy, and you might be the type of person that whatever you're thinking, everybody around you is going to know, because in the first house, it's what people see, it's what's going to come out. And also you might be thinking about yourself a lot, and you can tell that you're thinking. You might even make sound effects and stuff like that, so you're probably very vocal. And the Nickname for this placement is the Curious Interrogator. So I bet you ask a lot of questions, don't you? Okay, and then next up we have your Venus, which is how you love. So you have another practical, down to earth strategy for this. Energy for this, which is you have a Capricorn Venus. And you love dependably. You are slow to fall in love because you weigh out the pros and the cons. Will demonstrate self-control. You charm with wit and presence of mind, and you need to show your potential lovers, or however you want to call it. People need to show you that they're practical and realistic for you to take them seriously. And I was gonna say, so I want to mention something else about this placement. Like, it is my own personal theory that Capricorn Venus is actually where it's Earth, so it's not super emotional, but to me, is probably like one of the truest forms of love, because you actually like thought about it and decided and made a choice to love. You didn't just jump into an emotion or something. So to me, that's true love. So that's cool. And then your Venus falls in the second house. So I'm pretty familiar with this type of energy too. It could work a couple of ways. It could be where like a lot of things are handed to you in life, because the second house represents treasure or values. Also, it could be your own value, your own self-worth, and things like that. So a lot of times, like, you might have things given to you, you might have people want to buy your love, or the other way around. So be careful, giving gifts or doing things for people with the expectation of something in return, because that's not the way it works, right? And that could probably even decrease your own self-worth. But hey, if it's working for you, whatever, like, keep doing it. And then the nickname for this one is the Spoiled Princess. And I realized that these are backwards. So it says the Spoiled Princess. And you could be the spoiled one, or you could be the one spoiling somebody. Next, we have your Mars placement. And your Mars is how you take action and go for your goals. And you have it in another earth element. Now, this time, it's not Capricorn, though. It's Taurus. But it's a similar type of energy, just to go about it in a different kind of way. So a Taurus Mars acts resolutely, develops a plan of action. They're very good with longevity. You might be kind of slow to get things started, but like, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? Like, sometimes you do need to take your time and really think things out and develop a plan of action before just jumping in and doing something. So that's where the longevity comes in. It's like slow and steady wins the race. And then Mars it also has to do with other things, but it also deals with anger. So the Taurus Mars, like, they have a very long fuse. They're not going to get angered very easily, but it is the bull. So if somebody does anger you, like, the whole earth will shatter. Like, you're gonna rock the freaking world with it. So but I think it's cool that you don't get mad easily. And let me know if I'm right or wrong about that one. And then your Mars falls into the 6th house. So the house of routine. So you probably put a lot of energy into working on your to-do list and working on your routines. Taurus is fixated energy. So you probably don't like anybody messing with your plans or messing with your routines. That might cause you to shake the earth. So the nickname for this placement is the Workaholic. Okay, so that was your birth chart reading. Okay, also, based on your comment, I kind of feel like I should go ahead and pull an oracle card for you too. So I hope that you don't mind, but I'm just gonna pull a little oracle card and see what kind of advice in regard to your birth chart, or maybe however your day is going. Let's just see what this card is gonna say to guide you along, right? Okay. All right, so this is the Path. So you have the Path card, and that is a number 8. which says, the path. I am open and responsive to the opening of the way. So that's an affirmation that you can hold on to, particularly for the next week, I would say. And the way is open for you. The path is illuminated. Begin the journey now. Respond and take action. We must be courageous and move forward. So whatever you're planning and you have in your mind or whatever, I know you have a lot of earth that you want to do it practically and logically, but just jump into a little fire energy and go for it and believe in yourself, girl. Okay, and that's it. I hope you liked it. Let me know if you thought that, if let me know if you liked it or if you thought that anything was off. Thank you.